Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. 0.5% up on the NASDAQ. In a strong little uptrend here since it's become pretty clear there probably is a trade deal. Obviously, nothing's for certain in life, especially in the stock market and economics and Donald Trump, but that appears to be what is happening. So, can't really complain about that one too much. So, we've been it's kind of moving higher. Certain names popping. Morning, Ethan. Other names fairly stagnant. And we'll see how this gets on today. Market's going to open about 30 seconds. Ethan's here. Good morning, Ethan. How'd you sleep? Did you dream about being a karate master? No. Huh? You should say, I don't dream about it, sir. I live it. That's what you should have said. That would have been epic. Epic confidence. And there's the market. What do we have today? 2.3 at the bottom, 1. Pretty green day. We'll see what happens. See how this lays out. Tesla looks like it's up a little bit more. The Nasdaq already took a slight hit. Can't blame it after the run it's had. There's always a decent possibility these things kind of falter off a little bit. You never do quite know. Morning, Rob. Here, Ethan. Rob didn't even say hi to me. He just said hi to you. I'm chopped liver to Rob. I see how it is. What do you think, Ethan? Am I chopped liver?
What is that?
It's a food that no one likes.
No.
I'm joking. I'm joking, Ethan. Sorry, I'm looking at something else. Winnebago, 10% on earnings. Okay. That's a gap and go so far. 10.26. Winnebago's been on fire this whole time. Earnings today, figures it would jump up today. AMD, after yesterday, nice big gap up there. You got a curl going on here. That could get explosive. Kind of like that. Tesla. All right, skyrocketing right into new highs. Very little pullbacks here. It gets extended from a trend and pulls back. Other than that, we've basically been in a very strong trend here on the 5-minute chart. Tesla 413. Very nice. Got a pretty good entry on that one. Oak to up, trend up. Where is our Fortinet? Oh, you're down today. What are you doing, Fortinet? Get back up. No news on Fortinet, so likely we'll bounce back at some point. Fortinet's been in a pretty nice trend. Pretty tight trend. Just slowly moving up here. Looks like we have a slightly less extended trend, but we'll likely continue. Some good green days right there. We'll see how today works out. Already pretty wide in terms of a range.
What was that?
That is my stock software giving me an alert of some kind. Winnebago is, man, that alert is horrible. I can barely see it. Trying to point for Baba up a little bit. AMD and Tesla hanging out at the top. Okay, let's check out global watch list for a minute. MMNFF up 5% again. Okay, looks like yesterday pulled back a little bit. Today we're still in the range. Range of this kind of trying to bounce back. TDG new highs, that's good. AMD stalled already. So today's Friday, and after today, feels like there will never be another trading day again. We all know that's incorrect, but we do have a weekend coming up because today's Friday, and then we have Christmas on Wednesday, and that's pretty much probably going to murder the entire week in terms of price action and volume. There'll still be trading, it'll still move, but there will be quite a few people off on Wall Street, and that usually leads us to lower volume situations. The thing we can do is kind of wait and see what happens. Alibaba still doing fantastically. Any pullback in Alibaba should be bought under the 10-day line or to the 10-day line. All buyable situations. No pullbacks as of yet. Nasdaq back to just about 0.4. Yeah, pretty. I mean, the market's fairly stabilized right now. We got rid of a lot of that China FUD and fear. And look at the Nasdaq; it's just trudging higher, just like a good soldier, just up, up, up and up and up. So just keep on keeping up with that. I mean, mentioned TQQ the other day here, probably up a few percent from that, Rob, if you did enter further into that position. Yes. Hmm? I can't hear you.
Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, really not much. IPHI, what are you doing? Yesterday you were starting to get going, stalled a little bit. This trend line means nothing. I think that's a pocket pivot yesterday. So that's pretty good. Yeah, really the Nasdaq is kind of the story, I think. It's, these individual names are good, but Nasdaq is really the one that sets the tone for everything, and it's been doing beautifully. All right, Tesla coming in a little bit here. Really, 2 days up in all-time highs. I wasn't quite expecting that. Could be a lot of short covering, but maybe they're waiting a little bit more for a pullback. Or they're starting to short up here again. And then we'll see how the bulls are going to respond to that. But as you know, anything in life, it's always kind of 50-50. You never know exactly how it's going to go. Tesla's been so bullish lately. Definitely could argue that it's been a little bit ahead of itself, strictly due to the fact that it still isn't extraordinarily profitable. Could just be a short covering rally, which would suck. Would not be ideal. Howdy doody. What's up, Justin? Morning. AMD still kind of crawling its way higher here. Beautiful. Yesterday would have been a pretty good buy in the morning. Kind of gave it most of the way up, but it probably would have been a better buy in the afternoon. And then a nice move up here this morning. AMD working good. Fortinet joining the land of the living. TRN Not enjoying the land of the living. This guy just does not want to get started. Had a beautiful pocket pivot here and then just kind of floundered out yesterday. Not such a good day. Today's also quadruple witching Friday, so volume should be through the roof by the end of the day. We'll see how that all ends up. Fortinet lower 2. Omega's pulled down a little bit from its explosive move up this morning. Definitely, what is that? That looks like a nice, oh, that's our selling candle. That does not look good. It could be a selling opportunity into breaking out into a new high. Basically a failed breakout. A dumb money confidence index. They're pretty dumb money hot here. Doesn't really mean a whole lot though. At least doesn't seem to in this market. Hey, there you go, Rob. Yeah, what were you doing this week? You mentioned something a little bit ago. I don't remember exactly what it entailed, but anyway, yeah, good to have you here. Nice to have people talking. Oh, gotcha. Cool, yeah. It's gotta be good hanging with the guys, man. I love that stuff. Don't get to do it very often. Talked with a coworker the other day. Um, yeah, that was great. I gotta hang out with him more often. But he's got his own life. He's a young guy. Me, not so much. AAXN, let's take a peek. I don't know about dead. It's still in its. You see, it's still nice and tight here under a trend line. Did try a breakout once, didn't quite work out. I would not call it dead. We're under some moving averages, so you're probably gonna have to buy it coming through the 10 or the 20 day. Maybe try to find some support, and then watch it bounce. Earnings don't appear to be anywhere in sight on this chart, so dead would be something where it like inverts this type of a setup right here and just gaps down and cascades lower. That's dead. This just means it's still waiting. You just have to wait for your opportunity, and I don't see a textbook definition of an opportunity here. Yesterday was lower volume, and we're still in this lower trend. So just, keep up the good fight. That's all. Nasdaq 0.22 pulling in a little bit. Let's see what else is turned red. PayPal red. Everything else green that we're watching in these little highlighted rows. Snap. Okay, did try to break out yesterday. Not a pocket pivot, but we'll see if it's able to get out here. Fortinet. How's Restoration Hardware doing? It's been stagnating lately. Yeah, still stagnating. You guys doing a reverse split? That's the nature of those. That's the nature of those. They do them every so often. They have to keep being able to trade and liquidity and stuff. Yeah, they pretty much have to. Fortinet negative now. I've been choppy this morning a little bit. Nothing too crazy though. Winnebago still up. AMD still up. Tesla still up, which is good. Rob, what do you think of Tesla's run, man? Look at this thing. That's the all-time high right there. We're above it. We printed a 413 today. Yesterday we got about 400 for the first time. Pretty good. Yeah, it's not going back to 200. That spike under 200 was a gift from the trading gods. I didn't buy under 200, but not too far off from there. Well, I guess 230, 240, about 20%, 40% away from there. But anyway, you know how it goes. Yeah, it was a super good buying opportunity. I didn't really know I was gonna try to hold the stock. Otherwise, I probably would have bought it down there. Okay, to my realization, a little bit late. And that's okay. Better late than never, as they say. All right, so everything, and not many major changes here. Okta may be trying to settle out here. Okta going sideways here above some of the higher moving averages, 250-day, finding some support. Looks like loosely rallying today, so that one's not too bad. That may have, and looks like it stopped right back down at this breakout point, this prior breakout point. That's a good setup for Okta. INMD. A lot of our old names we were watching are looking, yeah, this looks like it wants to go again as well. Actually, that's not quite a pocket pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a 5-day pocket pivot either. Yeah, it's doing okay. It's finding some support at the moving averages. It looks like it may want to go again. It had a couple opportunities. It has stalled, but we're still generally holding. If you consider this a declining wedge, then we've there you go. Then we're fighting with the top of this falling wedge. A falling wedge is a bullish pattern, and that could get bullish hopefully pretty quick. A few of these older ones are doing okay. Looks like trends decided to bounce higher a little bit. Oh, Tesla's dropped a bunch. Taking some profits maybe. Team. Been watching this one for more than a minute. Trying to get happy with this one. It's not quite ready yet. It's chopping through a ton of moving averages right here. So definitely a trend line right there that it acted as resistance here. And then we'll see if it's able to get up over here on our weekly chart. Not bad. Yeah, it looks like we're riding just under this trend line. I would argue if I threw, you know what, it's probably just easier to do it here. It's one of our secondary indicators. I don't really have a MACD for this. Could be an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Not quite a divergence in the RSI. Pretty normalized actually. Actually under the 200-day moving average. Didn't quite realize that. Crypto's not doing too bad. Yeah, so maybe break back above the 200-day. We tried over here. Volume was okay, but we stalled at this trend line. We had this trend line for a while. Now I just drew that one. Oh, it's a log chart, that's why. Nope, that didn't make much of a difference. Alibaba doing really good, just like Skyworks. Remember, Skyworks wouldn't pull back. Still hasn't pulled back. Ooh, broke out into highs. Very nice. Nvidia. AMD doing good. Crocs on fire. Take-Two Interactive with a much larger trend line in play here as well. Whenever that breaks, that'll be really good. Team under a smaller one, that one still could do good. We just talked about that a little bit. JD. Okta hasn't really rallied from its. JD's not bad. When Facebook down 1%, that was looking like it was trying to break out. That didn't work very well. INMD down 4%. Ooh, that just took a big plunge. $2.2 for the NASDAQ, so we've cut our gains about in half. We did gap up there, though. We didn't. We started up about 0.4%. That was our high of the day, arguably. Yeah, see, we started completely above the prior day. And we just wicked above it a little bit. We're pulling back. So that's fairly normal action. It is quadruple witching Friday. Meaning options expiration today, also futures expirations, and all kinds of expirations today. Usually that just implies a ton of volatility. And tons of volume makes things a little overtly inflated on the volume side, which gets a kind of a hard to get a beat on things. And Visa's pretty flat here. Hasn't really gone anywhere quite yet. Looks like it just tried today. Of course, I can't draw on my chart. Oh, so we did. Okay, so we tried to break out today, and that failed. That makes a lot of sense. PCG? No, not really. Nope. Not really following that one. Trying to come out of a low, possibly. Got a very big downtrend there on the weekly. Well above the, well below the 200-day moving average. Trying to rally, but it looks like just doesn't have enough. Yeah, that's PG. Oh yeah, PG, and you guys see it on the 5-minute chart there. Yeah, those are hard to touch because you just don't know. Very difficult to try to get involved in some of those. Yeah, bear's looking for that nice tight action stuff we usually look for. Yeah, at least in my opinion. Oh yeah, Star Wars comes out today. That's right. You guys gonna go see? Anyone gonna go see the Star Wars movie? I would like to go see the Star Wars movie. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I got a 5-year-old. Maybe. It's yeah, but the key word there is arguably. Now the question is, do you want to put your money to work into an arguable situation, or do you want to try to find a great situation? You can also say 4x from the lows, it's overvalued. That would also be a factually accurate statement. I'll give you the undervalued, but you got to also go with the overvalued because you just never know, man. All right, Winnebago is still up about 10%. Looks like it came back. Been flagging out here apparently. ADPT, which is still kind of riding up that low setup, whatever that is. AMD still up 2%. Great move. Crocs still walking higher. Coop may want to get going. LK's one I think can go. Stalling at highs though, unfortunately, so it's really going to have to power through that resistance before that. GLD SLV, I think those would be good if the market decides to turn around, or we get a lot more Fed easing or something like that. But I don't know. Buddy of mine says you have to jump in these early, and I kind of agree with him on that. The question is, how much of your portfolio are you going to put into precious metals? And what kind of strategy are you running? Are you running, that's really what it comes down to. What's the strategy that you're employing in the markets, and how does that, how does that work with what you're doing? That's really what it comes down to. So I don't really have an itching to buy gold or silver. I do like the chart. The chart looks pretty good. My trend line there is arbitrary. That bottom trend line, not the bottom, but the middle bottom, this one right here. I don't remember when I drew that, but no, not really, Rob. I don't do any commodity trading. I only do stock trading. So if it's not on an ETF, and those others do have ETFs, I just don't really pay attention to them, to be honest. Yeah, just not really. Tesla coming in a little bit more. First pullback in 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Then you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 red days out of 10 up days. We had MMNFF, which is really leading the run. It actually had a couple of good days, but it looks like we're still stuck in this trend. I'm assuming if we do get another good day, it's going to have to be a 30% day. The moves in this thing were 6 and 7%. It was crazy. Off the lows, it was even crazier. So it's going to be definitely going to be an interesting situation if we do get a nice run out of it. Yeah, so it's still hanging out down there. Even MMNFF seems to have been the major benefactor. I'm not, ACB, I think was one we were looking at that is already, yeah. See, this one had the big pop up, and look at that, it just died. You right back down at lows. This is why you don't want to jump on these. This is why you don't bottom buy. Not in extreme. So I guess that's a little bit extreme. Not that bottom buying is bad from a general sense of, oh, you never bottom buy, but just in a major downtrend like that, you're in a situation where you just never know, um, and can never tell what a situation's gonna do. What damn it, you can never tell when low enough is low enough. Now, if you want to bottom buy in an uptrend, like let's go to AMD because that's kind of been a thing. If you want to buy an uptrend and you want to buy these pullbacks like this or something like that, you could buy in a pullback in an uptrend because your trend is up. When your trend is overtly down, like Tesla's a good example because you have every situation in the world on one chart. When your trend is overtly down like the beginning of the year, you don't want to buy this, right? This is one of the reasons why I never bought under 200. It's just, I mean, you have no idea what's going to happen. But then once you're back into an uptrend, I bought over here on the bull flag breakout, over here early on the bull flag breakout because, I'm sorry, cup and handle, because I had a trend, I had a chart. I didn't catch the bottom. But stuck to my guns, about almost right on that too, and up like 65%. Doesn't work every single time. Nothing works every single time. But you know what doesn't work? What almost doesn't work every single time? Buying in extraordinary downtrends. That almost does not work every single time. Not right. A little bit later. Have some breakfast first, okay?
Okay.
What? Stop. Go away. Close my door.
It's warm.
I know. I like it warm. Close it. Yeah, so extreme downtrends, don't try to pick bottoms. You want to try turnarounds, not bottoms though. So like here's the difference. So this would be trying to catch a bottom under 200, and I don't even think that's necessary. I don't think this was the worst buy. Yeah, see we had a little trend line drawn down here. I don't think that's the worst buy in the world. That's not because you got about a 5% risk on that trend line break. I don't think that's too bad. And that's exactly what we discussed in this moment. That's not too bad. But notice I wasn't buying, I wasn't even talking about really buying here. May a little bit on this capitulation day, but we never bounced off of that. But on this trend line break, I think that's an interesting opportunity. And then maybe even if it gets up a couple of days, but obviously you're taking on more risk. And then as it gets up here, you could have bought here, and then obviously we go onto a cup and handle, and then stuff happens. So that's kind of my view on that stuff. All right, ENDP's looking really good. See, here there's a defined uptrend, and we're trying. Yesterday was a good buy actually. I didn't buy yesterday. Here's a situation coming through all the moving averages. Yesterday was a pocket pivot, and we're gonna try to start going higher. So this is at least semblance of an uptrend right here. It's a little bit extended. Yesterday would have been a better buy, especially in the morning. But you can see how choppy it's been through this on this moving averages the entire time. But at least we're being supportive by this 200-day line. So that's good. So that's the situation that's passable at least. Fortinet down 1%. We'll see how this goes. The chart doesn't look super scary at all, actually. Volume's not super heavy either, so that's a good thing. What's up, James? All right.
I'm doing Ethan's grade.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey guys, 8:10. I gotta run. I gotta get out of here. Lost track of time here, so I'm gonna bounce, guys. Have a good weekend. I will see you back here on Monday, probably, if things are stupid. I don't know, I may take the week off or something, but right now, plan on being here Monday, so I will see you guys then. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Get some Christmas shopping done, and I will, like I said, see you back here. All right, guys. Bye-bye.